UFL fans, how are you doing? Well, let's go through my personal, what I think the rankings are of teams 1 through 8. Number 8, of course, the Arlington Renegades, 0-5, and nothing looks bright there. Number 7, we'll still continue with the Houston Roughnecks. Number 6 is, of course, is going to be the Memphis Showboats. Number 5, the DC Defenders. Number 4, the Michigan Panthers. Number 3, the San Antonio Brahmas. Number 2, St. Louis Battlehawks. And number 1, of course, the Birmingham Stallions. Now let's talk about the ratings over the weekend. First of all, this has been reported by Mike Mitchell. Saturday's regional action, which is an average of the 2 games. Now they combined. Birmingham and Houston and San Antonio Arlington did a 777,000 on the Fox network. Those are both 7 p.m. games Eastern time. Not a bad number. They're down from last week, but Birmingham and Houston wasn't a good game. Let's just be honest, it wasn't. I was hoping it would be. I was hoping Houston would give a better game. It didn't happen. San Antonio and Arlington was a better game, and they eventually switched to that game on my side of the coast since Birmingham and Houston got out of hand. Good job by them. So, I mean, for the second week in a row, I could say the regional action didn't really hurt us because one game was lopsided, and the week before you had the storm. I still prefer to see all the games. Sunday's game, St. Louis and DC on ESPN, 688,000. Also down from last week, but that game got out of hand in the beginning. Second quarter looked promising, and the second half was a disaster. And of course, the Memphis-Michigan game on the Fox network, which was watchable, I'll say that. 731,000 people saw that game. So all around, we were pretty much down the hole from last week. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer because I'm a fan of spring football. I am a fan of the UFL, and I was a fan of both leagues last year and the year before. I was advocating for both these leagues. If you know me, you've been following me. But let's face it. The worst thing that could have happened to this league this year, what's happening now, is that even though we thought we had a decent amount of talent on each team, execution has made a big difference. And right now, we almost unofficially have our Final Four after only 5 weeks. And I'm going to say it like this. If you are a spring football fan, want to see this league survive, you need to have all the underdogs win this week. Forget about what team you like, and think about the long-term business success. All right? You want Memphis to beat Birmingham this week. You want Houston to beat St. Louis this week. You want to see Arlington get its first win against Michigan, and you want to see DC beat San Antonio, because this league is going to get out of hand really fast if we don't see James Chen around. Listen, at bare minimum, you need DC to beat San Antonio. At the bare minimum, because if all the favorites do win this week, and that includes San Antonio, let's say goodnight to DC. And now you'll have 4 teams pretty much, not mathematically out. Well, Arlington would probably be mathematically out, just looking at it. I mean, as I noticed, I think Birmingham has a chance to clinch a playoff spot this week already in week 6. But at bare minimum, you need DC to win. Because if DC loses, the Final Four is pretty much set, which means we'll be playing out the last 3 weeks of the schedule. The only thing that will matter down the stretch is who will be first place and who will be second place. That's it. And in a league where we're seeing top-heavy attendance, and now we've seen a decrease from last week on ratings. This is nothing personal. It's just business. That's the way I feel. I mean, do I honestly see any of these favorites losing? I don't see St. Louis losing. I don't see Birmingham losing. I think Arlington has a chance against Michigan. And we know DC has enough talent in the home and out of field to beat San Antonio. I know San Antonio's 4-1. But they're beatable, in my opinion. Not against the Brahma fans, not against you at all. But if all the favorites win this week, then it's going to be a matter of... The only games you're going to have to look forward to the rest of the year is Birmingham, St. Louis, Birmingham and San Antonio, the second San Antonio-St. Louis game, and maybe you can make a case for Michigan and Birmingham. That's 4 games. So you would have 4 games that we look forward to out of 32 games. That is something we don't want. So, for the sake of the league, I'll be rooting hard for all the underdogs. I just don't see it. Anyway, what's your opinion? Like to know? Put your comments down below. For the love of football, we love our spring football. Go UFL and go underdogs this weekend.